Man, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm a lot at times. And one of the first things I want to talk about, just being back is self-awareness. Um, Everybody got their own interpretation of that, I believe. I even looked up the definition of self-awareness, right? And it's some like super woke ass like definition. Like, I was still kind of confused of what like the actual definition of self-awareness was. And yeah, like I just wanted to kind of like elaborate on what I thought self awareness was, and just kind of using my situation as an example. You know what I'm saying? I felt during the time of me grieving, uh, conflicted at times because something like that is very personal. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, it's very personal. But I was conflicted because I also felt the need to kind of like share the experience, right? But staying with my true self, like that's just not who I am as a person. I'm not the kind of person that like want everybody in my business. I'm transparent. Like you can ask me what you want. I'm gonna be honest with you. But when it come down to like situations like those, I don't really feel the need to be like present every day. I don't feel the need to like carve out time to come and like present this like a school project. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's like, why do we feel the need to like do that? And I know it's just because of the way society kind of is now, where we got this like, oh man, we gotta constantly keep doing it. We gotta constantly keep moving and grooving and blah blah blah, whoop whoop whoop. And to each his own. I don't think it's anything wrong with that, but I just think that like if you're not in the right mental space to be doing all of that, then you shouldn't be doing all of that because you're not being true to yourself, and you can't present the best version of yourself. I hear a lot of times people say, well, yeah, let people see that. Yeah, show people this and show people that. And that's something that I kind of disagree with. Because my thing is this. When you look at major companies and labels and stuff, like they don't put out the bad shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's how they got successful. I think you get successful by looking like you know what you're talking about and you know what you're doing, or looking sure. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to kind of show your human side when you're doing something like I'm doing. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Music and like just podcasting and stuff like that. But at the same time, like I don't think you got to give people nothing you don't want to give people. It's just being self aware and just kind of knowing like where you are and who you are and where you stand. I think it actually kind of work in your favor a lot of times, because you might do something and say something that you wish you could take back and you can't take back because it's already out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, instead of getting caught up in that that urge almost to be like, yeah, man, this is what's going on all of that. It really is a battle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Maintaining that that level of like, consciousness or whatever, to just be like, man, you know what? That's not what's important. This is what's important. Because I mean, socially, like the platforms, that's kind of what life is nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I seen one of my boys say that in one of his posts where he was talking about like he realized that, social media is the new life and it's no point in like running from that and all that. And I kind of felt what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. Like, that's everybody. Everybody. Like my mama on there. My dad was on there. You know what I'm saying? Like grandparents is on there. Kids is on there. Like everybody is on there. And so of course, you're like, man, all right, this is a part of my routine as well. Like this is a part of my new routine. This is part of who I am now. Like, but I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like you have to, or it should be an obligation. I think it should be something that you want to do. And it should always maintain that. It should always be that, something that you want to do. And so just being self-aware and just kind of knowing like where you are and who you are and what you want to present yourself as, I think is very important. Because like I said earlier, you put yourself out there and you look a fool or you look crazy and you just wish that you could fix that. But it's already been, he's already put it out there and you wasn't in the right mind space or you wasn't in the right mindset, and you just, did something instinctively instead of actually thinking it through. you know. Yeah, it's just kind of another thing that I wanted to speak about as far as like, the whole self-awareness thing or just being conscious. It's like, man, you know, you really don't owe nobody nothing. You owe yourself everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta take care of yourself before you can take care of anybody else. You know what I mean? I realized that even with my pop situation, like man, when I was so I would go see my pops every weekend. Um, you know what I'm saying? I was just there to like cheer him on. I was just getting his ear and talk some of the smack that we would talk to each other and talk smack about the Rams and Lakers, whatever, just to kind of like, get him moving and grooving. Um, and like that was where my mind was. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really making music at the time. I was trying to get this podcast going. Still doing the family thing. Like I said, that's my priority. But it was just heavy on my mind. And, when my pops transitioned, it was just a weird space for me. I was like, man, like, I entered into I lost a parent space. And it was just kind of like, man, so this is what this is. All right, what I'm gonna do. And then it all just kind of hit me at different times. Like, you know what I'm saying? But after all of it, I realized that I hadn't really been taking care of myself, like mentally. Um, if that makes any sense to you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really like uh I don't know. I'm just one of those people who believe in like, you know, mental exercise, reading to sharpen your vocabulary, meditation, all of that kind of stuff. I wasn't doing a lot of that. Instead, I was doing a lot of drinking. I was running through bottles. Um, you know, it wasn't my proudest time, but at the same time, I don't regret it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even realize I was drinking as much as I was drinking. And I was drinking a lot. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really working out as much as I usually do, or working out to the extent that I usually work out or try to work out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things was, um, no, somebody tripping outside. I hear a horn going crazy. A lot of things were kind of like falling apart that I wasn't really aware of. Like I said, into Pop's transition. And, you look in the mirror and you like, man, now I'm back with myself. I'm looking at myself kind of like, yo, this is a crazy time. Like, what you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? And you like, and ain't nothing I could really do about it. Like I said, in the midst of looking at myself, I just realized that I kind of let a lot of myself go. And that ain't my pop's fault. That's nobody's fault but myself. I just wasn't, I just wasn't really paying attention to my level up or paying attention to my growth and all of that. It didn't really matter to me. I was just trying to keep a smile on my kid's face. They ask me every time I want to see my pops, like, how Papa doing? I come home, I'll be like, man, he's straight. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it was a battle. Like I said, I don't know how I found myself back to that. Because I don't really want to talk about it too much. I'm open to talk about it, but at the same time, like I don't want to kind of sound like a broken record. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying though, I just realized in that moment that I didn't really owe nobody nothing. And that I owed it to myself to get back on track, to not allow that to happen, to be more self-aware. So yeah, man.